We are just 2 days away from the official state funeral services for Jimmy Carter. Those events last 6 days, starting and ending here in Georgia. Today in Plains, National Park officials were not only welcoming more visitors in for tours, but also preparing sites for memorial services in the coming days.
Now, if you are unable to make it to Plains for memorial services, don't worry. After Jimmy Carter is buried at his home in Plains, right next to his wife Rosalynn, you will be able to visit their graves. That's because Jimmy Carter's home and final resting place will soon become a part of the Jimmy Carter National Park.
WALB News 10's Lena Allen shares details on how soon the new historic site will be open.
Former President Jimmy Carter's Plains home and final resting place, set to become a historic landmark for the world to see.
It sort of completes the story, if you will. You know, we have the boyhood farm where President Carter lived. We have a high school that sort of shaped his character and who he became. The campaign headquarters where he launched his national presidential ambitions, and now the opportunity to go and see the final resting place of President and Mrs. Carter.
Back in 2000, Jimmy and Rosalynn Carter decided they would open their burial site to the world. The Jimmy Carter National Historic Park, made up of 4 historic landmarks in Plains, has been around since 1987. Jill Stuckey, a Carter family friend and National Parks superintendent, says it shows just how much the Carters cherished Plains.
The Carters love Plains. They built their house here in 1961, and they came back to that same house, and that's where they both passed away.
Jimmy Carter's impact on the National Park Service goes far beyond the small town of Plains. Before and after he was president, he established 39 units of the National Park System, including the Alaska Land Act that he signed in 1980.
So many accomplishments in so many different fields, but he played such an important role in the development of the National Park Service.
Right now, at each of the 3 open historical sites, there are condolence books anyone can sign for Jimmy Carter's family. Memorial services will also be broadcast from Plains High School throughout the next few days. Now, there is no set time of when Jimmy Carter's home will become a historical marker, but National Park officials tell me it may be sometime this summer. Lena Allen, WALB, your hometown news source.